Hi everybody, and welcome back to my videos, whether you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, whichever one you happen to be watching this on. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a very concerning new song that just came out, let's see, about, would that be 3 weeks ago? On the 26th of September. And this song is very disturbing. It is by somebody named Barneby Jones. I am not familiar with this guy. I don't know anything about him. But his new song is very disturbing. It has a very disturbing title, especially in this political climate. Okay? This song is very disturbing. So, I'll tell you what it is. The song is called Kill the President. Now, I do not know when this song was written, when he sung it, or what. But in this political climate, that's in poor taste. If we didn't, at the very least, this is in very poor taste. At the very worst, this song is inciting violence against Trump. Okay? And again, in this political climate where assassination culture is on the rise, and we see evidence of this throughout last year. Now, the assassination attempt against Trump at Butler. And then another assassination attempt a couple months later. And then a third possible attempt was prevented in October last year, so almost a year ago. Yeah, but it was, the guy got caught before he could try anything. So the guy could probably deny it or make up some bogus excuse or something. I don't know what became of that. So a third possible attempt. And then, last year, when Trump won the 2024 election, people on social media, especially TikTok and stuff, were openly calling for Trump's assassination. And some of them were even calling for the assassination of Elon Musk and Trump's cabinet, and calling for violence against Trump supporters and MAGA. And you also have people who celebrated the assassination of a United Healthcare CEO. Excuse me. Simply because there's a lot of problem with the healthcare system, and that maybe led to suffering and caused people to die or something or other. So apparently that justifies the assassination of the CEO, who likely had nothing to do with it. And assassinating him didn't solve nothing. Okay, so people celebrated the assassination of United Healthcare CEO, and the guy that killed that CEO, Luigi, is it Mangini? However you say his name, they're treating that guy as if he was a hero. They're treating that guy like a hero, like he did something wonderful. What? That he committed murder. He needs to be in prison. I'm not sure what ever happened to him yet. I'm not sure about whatever became of him. I'm not kept up with that. I need to look that up. But nonetheless, people on the left are treating this guy like a hero. They were justifying the assassination of a United Healthcare CEO. Okay? And then And then you had all that violence that's caused against all that violence against Elon Musk, like against Tesla property. After that, after that alleged Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration, that so-called Nazi salute, I should say. Anybody who fell for that has never seen a Nazi salute a day in their life. Or maybe they have so much Trump derangement syndrome that they can't tell the difference. That is, it's blinding their perception. They have a biased perception. And they also have a bias against Elon Musk as well. So after that right there, you had people, boycotting Tesla because of Elon Musk, and people that was, let's see, how would I put it? They was vandalizing Tesla properties, lighting them things on fire, committing terroristic acts against them. I forgot to double check when and where, what kind of terroristic actions. But it was all kinds of terroristic actions against Teslas and Tesla properties and stuff. After that happened, and it was celebrated. Then you had another so-called mostly peaceful protest, and you know what those really are. And so more rioting, more violence. So again, the media is encouraging and celebrating violence. This has been going on for years now, but especially starting to come out and be exposed within the past year or so. Okay? So, again, this is the kind of stuff that Charlie Kirk was talking about when he was talking about assassination culture becoming a problem on the left, being on the rise. Okay? This is the kind of stuff that he was talking about. And then, and as I said in that previous video, Charlie Kirk knew that this right here is going to result in somebody getting assassinated. He knew it. Okay? Now, Candace Owens is alleging that in one of Charlie Kirk's final conversation, a day before his death, or a day before he was assassinated, Charlie Kirk made a statement saying that they're going to kill me, or something to that effect. Now, Candace Owens is trying to portray this as Charlie Kirk is referring to Israel. But that doesn't hold up when Charlie Kirk had already been talking about assassination culture and how it was going to eventually lead to someone getting assassinated. Now, whether or not he actually made that statement, I do not know. A lot of what Candace Owens had claims had been debunked. So, but if he had made that statement, he was talking about the left. He was talking about leftist assassination culture. That's who he was talking about, not Israel. Okay? Assuming that he really did say that, it doesn't mean what Candace Owens is saying it means, or implying that it means without directly saying it. So, Charlie Kirk knew that even back in April, I think it was that this was going to result in somebody getting assassinated. Okay, like based on that post. I mean, but you can look at the things he said on that post. That's what he was saying. That's what it was indicating. Okay, That's what being indicated, and it's obvious. It's all around us. All kinds of evidence of the left celebrating and encouraging violence, and sometimes even trying to blame MAGA for it. Even in cases where the shooter's motive is unknown and never officially comes out. Okay? So, I do not know when the song was written. That Barneby song was written. That Barneby Jones song was written. Called Kill the President. I don't know when that was written. But I do know that it was probably already in existence during it might have already been written, possibly during this political climate that we are in right now, where there had already been at least 2 assassination attempts against President Trump. You already have people openly calling for Trump's assassination, openly, like even like last year, and they're still doing it. I'm still seeing posts on Twitter calling for Trump's death, calling for Trump to be assassinated, but they're trying to be vague about it. They're trying to hide behind vagueness. Like with 86-47. That's what they're saying. They're back to that again. Okay? So since there are people that are calling for Trump's assassination, and there's already been 2 attempts so far, over a year ago, and especially with the rise of assassination culture growing on the left, especially considering the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So we can take all that stuff into consideration. Whatever the initial intent of this song is, it will incite violence. Whether or not Barneby Jones meant it to, whether or not he actually meant it as satire. Okay, it's in poor taste that write a song like this, hiding behind satire and hyperbolics, and using hyperbolic language to get away with it. Because I'm pretty sure that's how he's able to legally get away with making death threats against the President of the United States with this song. With vague language, calling it satire, and yet actions speak for themselves. When you have a climate like this, where this political assassination is going on, where there's already been 2 assassination attempts against Trump last year, Charlie Kirk was recently assassinated, and people were celebrating his death. Benny Johnson is getting death threats, as I mentioned in my previous video. Like, this song is going to incite more violence. So, let's see. Let me see if I can find some disturbing lyrics. Because I did reference the song, and trying to research the song using Grok. Now I was trying to figure out how to do that, like how to search for this song without it, like in a legitimate way, without making it look like I'm trying to do something that I'm not trying to do. So I had to, initially phrase the question. Let's see. So I initially phrased the question: are there any anti-Trump songs that are concerning? That's my initial prompt on Grok. And then it didn't give me what I was results I was looking for, so I decided to kind of change it up some. So I changed it to. Then my next prompt was, I heard that there was a song called "Kill the President" or something to that effect that was recently released. If that's true, then it seems like it would be inciting violence, and whoever wrote it and sung it should be investigated. Well, I put who wrote it. I meant to put whoever wrote it should be investigated. Inciting violence is not freedom of speech. This goes deeper than protesting against Trump's presidency. It's straight up calling for Trump's assassination, and it's not right. See, I had to put all of that in there for context. Because if I just put part of that in there, then what I was looking for might be misunderstood. Might give the wrong impression. So I have to watch how I phrase things. And put exactly what I was looking for and what my thoughts would be if it was true. So now, that's where I found out the song. Okay, Barneby Jones, I never heard of him. So, Grok is trying to say that that is hyperbolic in metaphorical sense. I do not believe that for the reason that because of the rise of assassination culture, like what we've seen and everything else I've been listing. Now there's already been 2 assassination attempts against Trump. Benny Johnson is getting death threats. Charlie Kirk was just assassinated. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Whatever the reason, even if this was meant to be satire, it could still, intentional or not, it could still incite violence in this political climate. Okay? So, let me see if I can find some disturbing lyrics. In some which Grok did mention some. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking to Grok, trying to find some of the disturbing lyrics that would be in this song. Okay, wait. I think I found it. I think I found something. Let me see. Okay, so here are the lyrics to this song. Okay, and this is the opening lyrics. It says, "Did you know that it's illegal to say we should kill the president? It's only American to want to kill the president. So, we should kill the president." These are the opening lyrics. Now, it doesn't mention, in those verses at least, doesn't mention any president by name. In this political climate, I mean, it should be obvious. Even though it might not hold up in a court of law, so I guess they can get away with it through that. So the point is, this song, whatever the intent is, even if it truly is meant to be satire, it does have the potential to incite violence regardless of intent. And we see other examples, okay, because of other examples of left-wing violence, and there's already been the fact that there's already been attempts against Trump's life. No, 2 attempts so far. And people celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, and last year people were celebrating the assassination of a United Healthcare CEO, where I don't know if it's been quite a year or not. Last year, after Trump won the 2024 election, you had people that was openly calling for Trump's assassination on social media sites like TikTok, and they was calling for they was also calling for Trump's cabinet to be assassinated. It's calling for Elon Musk to be assassinated. They was calling for violence against Trump supporters. Okay? So, this has been going on for months. And actually, this idea about political violence has technically been going on for years. Technically. Back in 2017, Snoop Dogg had a song called Lavender. In that music video of the song Lavender, he shoots a guy that resembled Donald Trump. And he gave it the name Ronald Clump. I mean, he is mocking Donald Trump. The guy, it looks like Donald Trump, and he shoots him. Okay, so it shoots a figure, which actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if that was a mannequin or what exactly. But either way, people were entertaining themselves with ideas of Trump's assassination for at least 8 years. Maybe 10 years. Okay, 8 years I know for sure, because I didn't really pay any attention to the 2016 candidates before I became a Trump supporter. That's another video, that's another conversation. So, yeah, so there was a lot of violence going on. Yeah, but a lot of people calling for violence in the left. Like I said, Barneby Jones is getting death threats. Charlie Kirk was just assassinated. ICE agents was recently attacked, and an attack on ICE, and somebody who was attacking ICE accidentally killed detainees instead. So there's that. So left-wing violence is on the rise, and there was no way to deny it. Okay, there was no way to deny it. So, again, Charlie Kirk was right when he was trying to expose assassination culture back in April. He was right, and ironically, his own assassination, is the ultimate proof of that, sadly. So, yeah. So that's why this song is very disturbing. Okay? That is why this song is very disturbing, it's very concerning, and apparently, because of Grok, according to Grok, I mean, since Barneby Jones is basically claiming that the song is meant to be satire, that's probably some kind of legal loophole that he's using to get by with it. And even though we might know better, we might know differently, there might not be any way to do anything about it until something happens. Okay? So, this right here is dangerous, and this right here, this song has the potential to cause more violence in this climate culture right now. Well, I mean, in this, not climate culture, in this political climate right now. That's what the problem is with this song. And that is it for this video. Bye.